So yeah, I mean, all right. So what about the Kings, man? Do y'all think the Kings are going to make the playoffs this year? So now we kind of go into this, like, we're just kind of flowing right now with the topics. Who who's going to win the race with this whole thing in the next like 3-4? I say for the next this season to next 4. Kings, Spurs. Who's going to be the better team? Teddy White.
Great question.
That's a great question. Who's
going to be the better team, the Kings or the Spurs?
I would be lying if I didn't say, I like what the Spurs are doing over there. I mean, after the first game, you know what I mean? It looked good.
Against the Hawks, and they won by 1. Against the Hawks, and they won by 1.
That is true.
They gave up like a 25-point lead against the Hawks, and Trae Young almost won the game.
Like, he did. Ice cold Trae. He definitely
and that was like hot, like De'Aaron Fox, adrenaline first game, national game. He wanted to come out like and prove like, oh yeah, like, you know. So I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? He came out hot, whatever. He was shooting all the threes and he was making them like he was here. But
hey, look, I mean, his
Fox gonna be Fox.
Yeah, well, of course, but I mean, you know, you gotta understand now that he's playing on the Spurs. The Spurs is a team that the NBA gives national attention to when it comes to broadcasting on television versus how Sacramento Kings were, where you get a game here or there, you know, maybe on NBA TV. But if you ain't got that league pass, you're not going to be able to go ahead and watch some Kings play unless you're based somewhere in Northern California to go ahead and do so. So with him getting on a platform such as big as ESPN, it's like, okay, it's my time to shine now. I've been sitting in Sacramento for so long, you know, kind of flying underneath the radar.
He'll get a few more national games. I don't think it's going to be like a crazy like slew of games. I mean, yeah, they do want to put Wemby on TV a lot.
Well, man, they were putting Wemby on TV before the Chris Paul.
They were.
I mean, before the De'Aaron Fox trade. I mean, you know. So now with him being there, this is going to add more national attention and coverage to that team, to where they're going to want to go ahead and tune in and be like, hey, we need to get these guys on some more national TV games. You know, but to answer your question,
who's going to win, man? The next 3-4 years.
I honestly think San Antonio is. And
do you?
Yeah, Kings fans.
Why do you think that?
Well, I mean, as long as you go ahead, as long as Wemby can go ahead and stay healthy and still be 20 and 10 and 15 or however he is right now with the stats, and De'Aaron Fox being the way he is, and then Castle, you know, being a rookie and coming up underneath that. They're gonna go away. They're gonna go ahead and get some pieces over there that's gonna want to go ahead and play for.
We'll see about that.
You know,
I still feel like that's up in the air about people wanting to go down there. And the reason I say that is because I feel like there's gonna be so many other teams that are gonna be closer to winning. Now, if you find a young guy who's maybe at the end of his first contract, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, who's just looking to join somebody else, I'm like, oh, I could see like a 2-guard or a 3. But then you know, it's like, but who though? You know what I'm saying?
So my question back to you then is, if that is the case, with the window being the way it is in Sacramento, and you know, DeRozan being 5
I think it's
or
about 33, 4?
34. So you got another 2 years out of him on the contract. Malik Monk is there for another 2 years. I think with a player option. I don't know how long
Malik is a free agent in 2028.
2028. So think about it. If these boys walk, who does the Kings have? And I don't know what Lavine. I think Lavine's under contract for another year or 2.
I think
so they're all going to be
like on the same timeline. On the same timeline.
Right, that's why we got them draft picks. That's why you got them draft picks.
But man, them draft picks don't always amount to you getting a star player though, man. Things could be hit or miss, especially with the way the Kings and Monty McNair and all them been drafted in their organization. I think we talked about it on a couple episodes about what they've done in the past draft and how they went for point guards, and the ones that they did go ahead and get outside of what you had. Halliburton, that was, you know, all-star, that had top-tier talent, but him and De'Aaron Fox played the same position.
I think I do feel like Monty McNair is going to learn from these draft picks.
I hope so.
But also, too, we got to keep in mind, too, he was drafting in a way to kind of like have somebody to support De'Aaron Fox, if that makes sense. Like, be that backup point. He's no longer doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because the Davion Mitchell, we need a backup. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Now, you know, Devin Carter, backup for De'Aaron Fox. So now De'Aaron's gone. I think now it's going to be kind of like, all right, pick the best player or pick the best wing or pick, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be just pick a short point guard anymore. You know what I'm saying? What about the Kings, man? Do y'all think the Kings are going to make the playoffs this year?
Yeah.
I feel like they will if they go ahead and get it together at the right time, but they have to go on, like, Teddy said, they got to go ahead and go on some win streaks in order to continue to keep up with the upper echelon of talent that's out, that's at the top of that West. Because it's so jam-packed there. You lose a game or two here, it's going to go ahead and push you all the way back to 10th, 11.
No,
so you got to really stay on task with that.
And they could do it. We called out the last one, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right when Christie came in, they ended up going on a little win streak.
7 games.
We were just saying, man, I need them to go on the win streak.
And they did it.
They ended up going on it.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get them going on another little 4-game win streak before this All-Star break kick in.
So I don't know if y'all see, it's kind of like Teddy White looking up. I'm looking to the side. This is Jonas Valanciunas' first game. So, you know what I'm saying? We checking out these Kings against the Portland Trailblazers right now. We're kind of doing this at the same time. He's looking good, man, coming in for sabonis, man, hitting free throws, getting rebounds and things like that. Keeping the production going in that position. I think that's going to be big, I think, moving forward. Having that guy that can give sabonis a rest to where it's like, okay, take an extra minute or two, you know what I'm saying? Stay out of foul trouble. Like, I got this, you know what I mean?
The cool part about it is, as I'm looking at my phone, because I was looking over stats just to go ahead and see, where they were, some of these cats were at, at their previous respective teams. And Valanciunas, for the year, this year so far, he was averaging 11, 8, and 2. So 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists.
And I don't think he was getting a ton of minutes either.
Oh, he's gonna get a ton of minutes.
No. I'm saying, but
Washington.
Sure, I don't think he was getting a ton of minutes out there. You know what I'm saying? He was still productive.
He's gonna get a ton here. Because
if he could do that, if he could do that same thing here, playoffs.
Oh,
playoffs.
Yes, for
playoffs.
Sure.
Like,
definitely.
No doubt.
Then you add Lavine in there, and then you figure out how to work around that core. The only thing that they're gonna go ahead and need right now is somebody to go ahead and spare, what's called when he comes out, DeRozan from time to time, because I know we don't have.
That's the one thing, because I do like Trey Lyles at the 4. I think I'm big on Trey Lyles, and a lot of people are, but I love that he can stretch the floor. He can do a lot at that 4 spot. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot the 3.
Let me ask you this: why hasn't Doug McDermott?
He has been playing more lately. Okay. He has been playing more, but he's a kind of a liability. Excuse me, on defense.
Defensive wise, because I watched the game last night and I didn't really see him, get in too much. I don't think if he got in at all.
Also, too, man, I just want to say this real quick, because nobody's really talking about bruh, man. Shout out Kevin Huerter, man. He's no longer on the Sacramento Kings. You know what I'm saying? No, not even trying to troll him or nothing like that, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Red Velvet.
But he was a part of that first year of us making the playoffs, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
kind of turn things around. Yeah. So just kind of having guys like that continue to build on the culture that we started, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate his services while he was here, because he helped us at that first year, man. I don't know if he was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to bruh, man, because he was knocking down that 3 that first year. Like,